Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. My name is Con Emmanuel, and in this tutorial I will show you how to prepare your files for submission or presentation so I can assess them. Alright, so first of all, it's very important that everything that you want to submit is in a nice little folder which is named appropriately. It has your name, it has the name of the project and the size of the artwork. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now if I open that up, you'll see also inside the folder I have my resources and I've got the original Photoshop document. Now just to show you what the resources contain, I like keeping things nice and neat, so I use lots of folders to categorize my resources. So I've got my fonts, I've got my inspiration that I may have grabbed from the internet, so things like that, all different types of flyer design. I might have storybook characters just to get an idea about shape and form and color. So that's all under inspiration. And then I've also got my original artwork, which you might remember is my background art, my blob, and my character design. Okay, so that all lives under original art and scans, and everything lives in resources. And then of course I've got the master file, which is the Photoshop document, PSD, and if I just open that up, you'll see that that is what it looks like, and it has all the layers that I've used also nicely stored away in little folders. Okay, so that's the Photoshop document with all the layers. I want to show you now how to also save the artwork as both a PDF ready for print and a low-res JPEG ready for the screen, so for the internet. Alright, so first of all let's look at getting this ready as a PDF. There's 3 steps involved, so listen carefully. The first step is you have to flatten all your layers. Now I might just go to this little pop-up menu here. I'll just bring that across, sorry. Okay, if I choose this little pop-up menu, I can go down to the bottom of the pop-up menu and choose flatten image. And all my layers are then compressed into one. That's the first step. The second step is I will go up to image on the menu. I will choose mode and change it from RGB to CMYK, because CMYK, my friends, that's the correct color mode for printing. Alright, and you can see straight away that the colors change slightly. I'll just go back and show you that again. Image, mode, watch the red in the flyer change slightly. See that? Okay, so that's the second step, is changing the mode, and the third step of course is to change the format. And for this you have to go to save as. Do not choose save whatever you do. You must save it as a new document. Okay, and here is where you would choose the format that you want. In this case it's a PDF, Photoshop PDF. And I always put a little clue in the file name like the word PDF, and save it to the same folder as all the other bits and click on save. You'll get this little pop-up window that comes up, and just make sure that it's always on high quality print. You want the highest quality PDF you can get. Leave everything else as it is, don't worry about that, and just click on save PDF, and you've done it. Okay, so that's the first bit of the puzzle, is saving your artwork as a print ready high-res PDF. The second part of the puzzle is to save it as a low-res JPEG. Now for this I'm just going to go back to color mode and turn it back to RGB. Okay, JPEGs are normally used for screen display. You can use them for photo labs as well, but in this instance we're going to assume that we want a low-res version of my artwork, of your artwork, to put on my website or a blog or to send to a mate. So for a low-res JPEG you just have to make sure that you're on RGB Again, make sure your layers are flat, and then you go to image size, because you don't want 300 pixels per inch for a low-res JPEG that's going to be displayed on a screen. So you might remember the magic number to type in there for resolution is 72. And before I do that, take note up the top here it says the size of the file in megabytes. Watch what happens to the pixel dimensions and the pixel size. I'm going to change the 300 to 72, and automatically my pixel dimensions are reduced, and the memory has dropped from 12 megabytes down to a measly 732 kilobytes, so not even a meg. If I wanted the pixel dimensions to be bigger, I can simply just change it to another number. And it's still 72, but I've just made the screen dimensions bigger for the image. Okay, and then you can click OK, and I'll just move that out of the way. If I then went to my zoom tool and double click it, that's how big it's going to look on any screen that I display my flyer, which you might remember I've changed it to 800 pixels high by 564 pixels wide, and it's 72. Okay, so that is 100% view, how it would look. See at the top here it says 100% view. That's how it would look on any screen. So if I imported that into a website or blog, that's what people will see on their screen. Now, the last thing you do, pardon me, is you go to File. Again, you choose Save As, but instead of PDF, you now choose JPEG. And you change the name a little bit at the top here, just by writing a clue. You can call it a JPEG. You can call it a flat JPEG. It's up to you what you name it. Just whatever you name it, make sure that it makes sense to you. You can even call it screen version versus print version. And then of course save that to the same folder as before. I usually use maximum quality. And there you've got your flat 72 dot per inch JPEG file. So you can now get out of Photoshop, and in your folder you now have the 3 different files that I require for this project. There's the original Photoshop document weighing at 32 megs. There's the high-res PDF weighing in at 18 megs, and there's the low-res 72 dot per inch JPEG, which is only 763 kilobytes, not even a meg. And that is what you need to give me on the silo, all those bits and pieces. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Thank you for watching.